welcome back to the whole bucket, and welcome to Dephemerember. Today is Halloween meets Christmas. I thought I was all ready to start today, and so I pushed the record button, and I'm not ready to start today because I have not prepared my tea, and I did not choose a cookie or my own prompt addition. So let's draw our number. I got a bunch of them stuck together in there. Okay, not stuck together, but you know, nested. They're nested. Let's see. So we got a 12. And I have my prompt page backward. There we go. 12. Oh, okay. 12. I'm supposed to use calendar stuff for my own prompt. And let's find cookie number 12 from the cookie box. Hang on, people. Cookie number 12 from the cookie box. Let's see what it is. That is a 9. That is a 4. That is a 10. That is a 13. That is a 14. That is a 6. That is a 5. Okay, we must have a 12 because, you know. Ooh, all right. I found 12 and I dropped a bunch of important stuff. That's not cool. But look at this, guys. Pink guava from Indonesia. Pink guava cream sandwich cookies. Artificial flavored. Well, of course. Product of Indonesia. Okay. And I don't have my tea. So I'm going to hit the pause button, go get my tea for today, and then I will be back before you could even blink. Because, you know, pause buttons are a thing. You know what, though? Let's do this. Let's find out what kind of tea we're going to be putting in there. So we need December 11th. And December 11th tea is, oh, there we go. Black tea with honey. Oh, good. So there are repeats in here. And I'm kind of okay with that because the cookies from the different countries is really much more important. And black tea with honey sounds generic enough to go with just about anything. And what I would think is going to happen here is that black tea is a little bit of a heavier flavor, right? And honey is a bit of sweetness. I bet that these biscuits are not very sweet. And I bet that guava is going to be a light, refreshing sort of flavor. And I bet that it's going to complement this black tea with honey amazingly. We'll see if I'm right. If I'm wrong, I will tell you, and we'll just laugh at me. And with a snap of my finger, we have tea and cookies. Okay, not nearly as slick as, you know, some other video makers do, but I still did tea and cookies. I'm going to set this aside and let that tea do its magic. And, oh, wait, quick, come back. In honor of one of my viewers who said when it comes to food, she prefers even numbers. We're, you know, owning up to our weirdnesses. That's for you. I believe it was Darcy. But whoever it was, I'm doing even number cookies in honor of your comment. Okay, so let's get busy with today and Dephemerember. So far, I've only been working in the small journal. I thought my days off, because weekends are not included in Dephemerember, so that we have time to catch up or keep up or you know, whatever. And it's a busy time of year, right? They did it for a lot of reasons, but I thought I would spend those days progressing work or filling in other projects or whatever. And it turns out I did nothing because I am working much slower than I would like. Whatever. I took this out of the folder because I have a new plan for this 3-ring binder. I've been trying to think of how I'm going to improve its quality and its appearance, and I think I have an idea. Okay, I was going to say I think I have a really cool idea. It's an idea. Whether or not it proves out, you know, it ends up being a cool idea of any value remains to be seen. Today is Dephemerember Halloween meets Christmas Day. And I am supposed to use a piece of calendar in my own prompt choice, number 12. Now, it really just means that I should be using that in some way. So my ephemera stuff, right, is either a piece of ephemera created or a piece of ephemera used. In this case, I would use bits of calendar as maybe collage fodder for today's project. I don't have that ready because I failed to draw my number ahead of time, and I don't really know if I have any calendar bits and pieces, and if I do, where would they be? I know that I have calendar pictures that I have pre-cut out and saved from other projects, but they were for the pictures, and in thinking about what I'm doing here, it's not what I'd want to do today. So I will get back to the calendar bit in some way. I'm going to talk quick about our Effie and Ember story so far. Effie met his new friend Ember, the Raven, while caring for an injured butterfly named Remy. They became fast friends and started doing things together, and one of the things they did together was they created lawn ornament birds outside Effie's house using feathers and gears and sticks and bits of stuff that they both collected, and they had a hoot of a time. They've done lots of other things. One of the things that they did was further decorate Effie's home for Halloween, which is Effie's favorite holiday. They also dressed up in Halloween costumes. Effie was a witch and Ember was a ghost. And they tried to take pictures of themselves, but had an interesting time of it, because this one, when Ember tried to push the button, Ember was too little. Effie was too little, good grief, and got chopped out of the picture. There's Effie's hair just peeking in the very edge of the picture, and we got a blown up look at Ember's face. And then when Effie pushed the button with a stick, it made Effie too close, or it made, Ember too close, and all you got was Ember's feet. Not even all of her feet, but, you know. So then they finally had an idea, and they got it right. And they got their picture correct. Then Ember said she had to go away for a little while. She was going away. She was going to visit some relatives and fly with some friends who were going out of town. And her friends would be out of town for a really long time because they didn't care for winter weather, so they were going away. And she was going to, you know, take a little bit of the trip with them and hang out with her friends and travel a bit. So Effie, who was really excited about this new friendship and having such a great time, got a little sad and started having some bad dreams. Started wishing that time would hurry up and go by quicker, and started having dreams about time flying. And here we have a scene from Effie's dreams where time was flying. And, you know, it was a sad time a little bit. But Effie knew his friend would be coming back. It's not like Ember was gone forever, right? He just had to keep himself a little busy and, you know, do things he liked doing and what have you. So Effie just stayed with his theme. Effie really likes Halloween. It's his favorite holiday. So I'm going to put his Halloween costume back on. That is way too much flippin' glue, lady. Now I've glued Effie's eye. How rude. Effie stayed in his Halloween costume most of the time Ember was gone because he likes to. Because he likes the idea of being a witch, because he loves Halloween, it's his favorite holiday, because you get to dress up and you get to play a little scary, but it's not really scary, it's more fun scary. And he just stayed in the mood, right? The whole time Ember was gone. But one day, while hanging out in his yard, full of his favorite Halloween stuff, he heard a call from far away, and sure enough, it was Ember. Ember was on her way back, and he got so excited. Oh my goodness. So Ember comes, and Effie is still in his costume, and he says, Ember says, "Oh my gosh, I'm so happy to be home. I'm so happy to see you. I have so many things to tell you. I just want to share my trip with you. Wait, why are you still wearing orange hair and a funny hat? Halloween is done." And Effie says, "Well, it's my favorite holiday, and I just extended the fun for a little while. I mean, what's it to you?" So Ember says, "Well, I mean, nothing's to me, I guess. I don't care. I'm just curious. I'm just nosy. I just want to know why you're still wearing Halloween stuff. Halloween's done. Christmas is coming." And Effie says, "Oh, Christmas, pff, whatever. Who cares about Christmas?" And Ember shakes her head really hard. A few feathers went flying. "What do you mean, who cares about Christmas?" Okay, well, turns out that Christmas is Ember's favorite holiday. And Ember says, "Hold on a minute. I'm going to go home. I'm going to grab a couple of things. I'll be right back, and we will continue this conversation." So Ember runs home. And the first thing Ember does when she gets to her house is she puts on her favorite Christmas ribbon. It's nothing fancy, but it was given to her by her grandma, who found it on somebody's picnic table once and thought it was perfect for Christmas. So let's put Ember's favorite Christmas ribbon on. Oi. I'm not going to be able to get my fat little fingers out of the way and get enough glue on. Ember's favorite necklace. There we go. I'll use the ribbon to help spread the glue for the ribbon. Okay, so Ember went home. Ember is finding some stuff. Just a few key objects. One is Ember's favorite Christmas necklace, and it is a ribbon from Grandma. It's a ribbon from Grandma. Oh my. Oh my. Gluing satin ribbon on a paper crow or paper raven is not as easy as you might think. There we go. All right, I need some glue right there. Let's see, what do we got? Good. All right, we're good so far. Then it has a little tiny gem on it right there. I am sure it is a 100% real diamond, right? 100%. It's a diamond. And she also went and got her favorite Christmas hat. How am I going to hold this in place? No, I'm not. I'm failing. Get back on there. Okay. Okay. Ember went home and got her favorite necklace on. Ember went home and got her favorite Christmas hat. Let's get some glue on that and put that in place. And Ember rummaged around a little bit because she knew it was somewhere. It's somewhere. I just know it's somewhere. She decided to bring an extra hat so Effie could change hats. And sure enough, look at that. It fit perfectly. So Effie flew back, no, Ember flew back and gave Effie his very own, very first ever, for Effie anyway, Christmas hat. Let's put Effie's hat on him. Okay, I am apparently glue challenged today. I'm getting glue all over everything I'm touching rather than just where I want it. Okay. So, I'm going to stop the story for a minute here. So what are we going to do to turn this into a journal page about Halloween meets Christmas? Well, I just kind of showed you how Halloween meets Christmas, right? And the story about Ember and Effie behind it. But there has to be a bit more to it. First of all, how am I going to represent this Effie Ember switch? Or the two Effie switches? There's only one Effie switch. The two Effies, how am I going to represent the switch the two versions of Effie. There we go. Jeez Louise, word trouble, finger trouble, can't glue. So I made this. I made a wheel and a frame to put it on. And this is going to be an interactive part in the journal. And we have to do some things to it. First of all, we have to get it put in place. So I am going to measure where I want things. Oh, Ember is stuck. And I think Ember is going to be right here looking up at Mr. Effie. And that's a rough estimate of where I want things to go, right? So this is going to go up pretty far on the page. No, you know what? I just had a new idea. Okay, it can come down a little bit because of my new way I think I'm going to do this. So that's about, what, ½ inch? A little more than quarter. It's about 3/8 of an inch. Okay, that was a little more than I really needed to do. So I'm only putting glue on the very edge because I want to be super careful to not smush glue into the circle, because the circle on this thingy needs to be able to turn. So this is an interactive page, but with no real journal function. I'm not really sure. I mean, this is Effie's scrapbook, right? But it's supposed to end up being a journal. So I don't know. I don't really know what I'm doing right here. We'll figure it out as we go, right? Okay, I'm going to hold that down for just a minute. But what we're going to do here is we're going to put the Christmas Effie on the green part of the wheel. And we're going to put the witch Effie on the dark red side of the wheel. Actually, you know what? It could go either way. The red could be an autumn red or a Christmas red, and the green, I mean, green is a neutral color to me, so to me green can go everywhere, and really should, because, you know, I like green things. Okay. Let me move Ember aside a second. Let me move Effie aside a second. Let's see if this is glued down enough to fuss with and not ruin. Yes. There we are on the red side. Now, the red side could be Christmas or Halloween. And the green side, come on, could be Halloween or Christmas. You know what? I think I like it the opposite of what I first intended. I first intended that the green side would be Christmas. But I think I like that better. Okay, so in order to decide for real, I'm going to do a few things. First of all, I got out some, just one actually, just one ginger scrap. I got out this ginger scrap that I thought went Halloween and Christmas. It's got some grunge to it and some speckles in it and whatever. It lends itself to autumn and Halloween through autumn to me, through those elements. It also has some if you think of the spots more as polka dots than spots, and if you go away from the grunge a little bit and into the metallic more, the gold metallic, it's got some Christmassy vibes. So I thought this piece could go on for both. And then my leaf department, goodness, I pulled out the the winter pack of the leaves. So in winter, we don't have a lot of leaves here in Minnesota. And the ones that are around are brown and crispy and no longer alive. So all I did with these was I took regular leaves and switched them into a more autumn fading into winter and wintry kinds of colors. That's good enough for me, you know, that's fine. What I want to do, I think, with my ginger scrap and the leaves and the bestest friends here, what I think I want to do is put a little bit of a background on each half of the circle, but not too much, just a little bit of background behind the Effies with maybe a leaf or a little leaf or a piece of leaf or something. And then I think I will do the same thing down here for Ember and put a bit of a background behind Ember. So already I'm kind of regretting that I glued this down because I think I'd like Ember's piece to go under there. Get over it, girl. And I think I'm going to take this out because I'm going to need to trim Ember and the ginger scrap. So I'm going to take those, take the page out so I can more easily get at the parts that are going to need trimming. So let's see what I want to do here. Maybe I'll just take the scrap up that high. There's really nothing wrong with that, right? And it just goes over the wheel section a little tiny bit. But it really doesn't need to go on it a ton to create a feeling of this is all one thing. So if I did that, and then put Ember here, I think I need to put a dot of glue under Ember's necklace on the front. It's sticking up a little farther than I'd want it to. I didn't mind it really sticking up because, I mean, when we wear a necklace, we really don't have them glued to our head or our neck, right? But I don't want it sticking up so far in the page that it's going to cause trouble. So I will glue it down right there. Okay, so I'm going to picture this being off here and this being off here. Ignore the design. And then Ember would be here. This would all be glued down. And I was thinking of making all of Ember a tuck spot. And now I'm thinking, because I thought her beak is going to be too fragile. I was worried about it getting wrecked. But now I'm thinking I can glue the top of Ember and the bottom and back of Ember and create a little pocket right here. Just in the front of Ember where it will be more sturdy. And we don't have to put a big piece in there either. We can put something a little more light and friendly. I think I'm going to tear this off at the top of where I want it to be for Ember. And I'm going to put this grungy spot down on the bottom so that Ember is actually sitting on the grungy spot, because it will help anchor Ember. Yep, I think I'm going to do that. And then what? And then we'll get a couple of the bigger leaves in winter colors and do what? Put one, maybe put one over the edge of the dotted stuff and maybe one under. Maybe like that. I kind of like this. I don't know that this is the way it's going to work, and I won't know until I get this torn off at the right level to see if it's going to, you know what I always say, see if it's going to be cohesive. So that's the plan for this area so far. And I think the best way to find out if this is even going to work is to, oops, let me turn this way. I want a torn edge on the bottom. And then we're going to have to see exactly where the torn edge will be at the top. And we have a really thin margin up there, so it's going to be just, the overlap is just this tiny little bit, isn't it? You know what? I'm going to do it way up here, and I have an idea. I have an idea for getting us a little bit more overlap space. Let me get this even down on the bottom. You know what? I tore off all the grunge, or I tore off too much of the grunge. I wanted it for the grunge, and then I tore off the grunge. Okay, so let's get this torn first, and then I will worry about, we may have re-grunging to do. Okay, there's that piece. And let's see here. Tear that little triangle off. Are we going to re-grunge? Maybe not. Maybe not. I don't know. Oh. Okay. So I had an idea to fix this if I tore it too high. Turns out I did not turn it too high. You know what? You know what it did turn out though? It turned out that I glued this on really lopsided, and now that I've noticed it, that's really gonna bug me. I might have to do this. I might have to do that so that it doesn't drive me crazy that I glued that wrong. Okay, well, anyway, there's always a fix, you know? So let's see, if I put this page right here, I need to save a little for the other parts. Okay, so if I did this right here, and Ember was on the page right here. And let's just take a look at the leaf situation that I mentioned was one over the page and one under the page bits. I don't like that anymore. I don't think I do anyway. Oh, I might. Okay, let me get my hands off here. And this would go under this leaf. Oh, stuff sticks to my hands. Okay. And then let's put Christmas Effie on. Christmas Effie would then have some piece of polka dot paper, under their part, but just for this is what it's kind of gonna look like. And maybe a leaf? No, maybe I only put leaves. Oh, I can't call these winter leaves and then only put them on the autumn section. How can I even call these winter leaves and put them on the autumn section? Well, because she wore her costume too long. Even the leaves are saying, give it up, Effie. Okay. All right. Now that I've got that situated in my head, we can use winter leaves on both parts. I did mention how I don't like these leaves. Maybe I like them for this page. Okay. What if I did that and that? And that with a little bit of gold dots paper. I'm going to tear this little section off right here and put it just like this. Okay. I don't hate that. I don't hate this. I don't love it. But, I mean, I assume that if we find a direction that we're happy with, we eventually get to the love it part as we piece it together, right? I don't know if that's true for you, but, well, I don't know if it's true for me either. I hardly ever love anything I make. Sometimes I like them a lot. Every once in a while I think I create something I love. Mostly I'm just never happy with anything I've made. It could have been better. It could have been different. It could have been blah, blah, blah. It just goes on and on. Eventually, I have to call it done, though, because seriously, I could just go on forever with way too many things. It's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. If you are a artist or junk journal maker or, well, junk journal makers are artists. I'm just saying, if whatever kind of artist you are, if you're any kind of artist, How do you decide when you're done? How do you decide when enough is enough? Stop tinkering or it's just going to go downhill from there. Because I'll tell you, it is often hard to tell. For me anyway, it's often hard for me to tell where to draw a line. Enough is enough. I'm going to tear this little corner. Let's see if that's correct. It is good enough. Ink that up. So this is going to go right here. Ember is going to be glued somewhere like this, in all her Christmas glory. She is getting ready for her favorite season, Christmas. All right, there's that one. Sorry I'm inking on camera and not really saying much of anything. I kind of spaced off there. Started thinking about other things. I'm thinking about my whole set of supplies that I have for the other Effie journal or binder or whatever it was going to end up being. And I wonder if I'll even get to it. And what am I going to do with a whole set of supplies for an Effie and Ember story that I never get to? Because so far, my plans are bigger than my abilities. That is not a shocker for anybody who knows anything about me, I'm sure. Par for whatever course I'm currently on. I try to do more than I'm capable of. It's just the way I roll, I guess. To use a really lame phrase. Let's see here. This is different than I had it the first couple of times around. I need this to lay down a little better so I can see if I like it or not. Well, like before, I don't hate it. I must say that I am not really happy with my level of creativity this evening. I think I'm going to take a momentary break and have some tea and cookies. And hopefully, maybe, just maybe, it will spark some creativity. Whoa. I might have put a speck more water in than usual. Watch this. Sorry for that. I had to get some of the tea out of the cup. All right, let's try, what was it? Guava, right? Let's try guava sandwich cookie. Well, I was right about this cookie in my guess that the biscuit part would be not very sweet and the guava part would be light and refreshing. Guava in general is sort of a light and refreshing flavor, and I haven't had this cookie before, but I have had similar style cookies, and the biscuits end up to be what in the United States we'd call more of a cracker. And I kind of like that because there is a thing I just don't like about desserts. If they just taste like a giant ball of sugar, and that's all it is just sweet, sweet, sweet. I can't deal with that. So I like it when I find these. This is almost like a saltine cracker, only unsalted, but not as flat as that would imply. Look how many, how much layers it has in there. It's airy and light and very much like a slightly sweet cracker. I'm not entirely sure why, if it was just what we found to be true or if it's actually true, but I was in New Zealand and everything there was super sweet. Even ketchup on a hamburger just had tons of sugar in it. Desserts were very unnecessary. And ones we did try just weren't that good because it was so sugary. The national dish is pavlova. And pavlova, when it was done with fruit, and I would squeeze lemon over it, right? I could get that to be good because, well, there's not really much to pavlova, but it is very sweet. But if you put in the fruit and whatever, it was good. But I don't know if you're from New Zealand or you know anybody from New Zealand, or if you've ever been to New Zealand. Do you have the same experience? Is the food very sweet? Not talking about the national dishes because boy, do they have a lot of international food. You can eat food from just about anywhere in the world there. Makes sense. I'm sure a lot of people, because it's a travel destination probably, right? There are people from every single where there and influence there. Oh, I can't talk. I can't talk. I don't know if I'm getting anywhere on this page, but I'm really liking these cookies and tea. I think it's the winter leaves that I'm not liking. I'm just going to leave them there while I work a little bit on that Effie wheel so I can decide if I'm going to keep the leaves or not. I've never tried collaging in a circle. Before. I don't think I have ever collaged a circle. But if I use a littler version of the leaves like that? And one of the tiny leaves. Maybe coming out the back. That might not be all right. Let's see. Okay, wait. I got an idea. What if the dotted paper is what I use to anchor Mr. Effie to the scene, like that, and the leaves are just used as Effie background, like that, and I need one more. Let's find the tiny ones. Where are the tiny ones? Come on. I know they're here. Can't get that from under there. There we go. Oh, and it's a tiny one. All right, let's use that one. What if we did that sort of deal? Okay, I'm going to take my hand off and hopefully not move anything too much. What about that? Do we like it? Oh, I think I like it. Okay. Okay, I'm thinking that's a deal. Then let's flip the wheel. And get pre-Christmas Effie. And again, let's maybe try a little piece of grounding ginger scrap. Hold on, let me get this. Nope, I want to turn this over now. I want the hill part behind Effie. Maybe like that. Okay, so we got that. A grounded Effie. He didn't do anything wrong. What does he need to be grounded for? Proof positive I'm tired that I make that lame of a joke. All right, so we got Effie grounded. And then let's do the same sort of concept, right? This one can maybe use the bigger leaves because I have Effie closer to the bottom of the page. Or am I just copycatting too much? I think that's copycatting too much. Okay, so how about we change it up a bit? And I'll take that same leaf and a different leaf. What if we create some leaf pile for Effie to stand on? Because isn't that what you do in the fall? Play in the leaves? I know I do. So what if we do that for grounding Effie? And then take something a little more more what? A little, I need something to do here. And I need, excuse me. I need something of this piece behind Effie. All right, I'm going to pull away my hands without moving stuff. Do I like that? I kind of like that. I don't love that, but what could make a difference here? Layering some things could make a difference. So maybe one plain piece and one dotted piece. Whoops. What if we put the curve where the curvy part is? And what if we put it layered the other way? All right, try to move your hand without messing it up again. I messed it up. Not too much though. I think I'm going to do that. And I'm not in love with this, okay? But if you create something like this and you're not in love with it, remember that you can add / change things later. And what I'm thinking is that I can add sentiments to these pieces and I can add accents to these pieces. What I can't do is add a lot of bulk because the wheel needs to turn. But I'm going to go ahead and get these pieces that we've identified into place. And then if there is further work that needs to be done down the line, it'll be all right. So I think I'm going to do that. That's not exactly the way it was either, but I kind of like it. So I'm going to get this. You know what I forgot? I forgot that this paper has a B side. Maybe I'll try that on the wheel. I'll use a B side. Okay. Oops. Okay. Now, it is getting late in the day. I am at 58 minutes. I've done a lot of rambling, as I always do, but it's clearly going to go over an hour, as it always does. So I got to get over caring about that. But what I don't want to do is go so far over an hour that I've created a declining situation, which may already be the case. I'm just not ready to own it yet. This may already be a declining situation, but I have gone over just about every time and more every time. And I'm not happy with that. So I would like it if I get these glued down quickly. I mean, the decision making really is the hard part for me, right? Is it for you too? Is the decision making the hard part? I hope that my sitting here and debating and talking through what I like and don't like and why and how I'm going to change it or things I'm going to try, I hope that all of that rambling somehow helps you make decisions when you're doing this kind of stuff. So if you're wanting to be involved in making any kind of ephemera or any kind of cards or even a full journal, like what's going on right here, you should totally get involved in it, first of all, because it's a delightful craft to do. It's just fun. And if you don't want to do it, then, you know, go look up artists and buy their stuff. In any case, no matter what, I hope that when you're doing stuff, I'm helping make some decisions. Okay. I'm going to hold my finger where I want this line to go. And then I'm going to go across the top. I am gluing with my left hand and in a backwards direction. That is just ridiculous. I'm telling you. Ridiculous. There we go. All right. I'm going to trim off Ember. Oh, okay. Well, I hope I remember what we were going to do with Effie on the Halloween one. I think I remember. Let's trim Ember. Get that out of the way and see how it looks. Hopefully it ends up cool. You never can completely tell till you actually get it done. So far, I'm liking it. Okay, so this is going to be a little pocket right here. If I want it to be. I actually could have made this leaf a pocket too. I usually try to make everything a tuck spot that can be. It's a bit ridiculous. Alright, so what I can do that I didn't even think of is flip these over to the other side, because there is a B side to the ginger scrap. There's a B side to this ginger scrap. Whoops. Okay, that won't work, but I kind of like that I put this grungy strip down and then this scrap, because it really sets it off. And super quick edging on the pieces. And then super quick edging on the leaves. I know that this piece is different than what I was going to do with it. I was going to put it up here, wasn't I? To cover up my mistake in gluing. Could I still get it there? Oh, I could, but I like it behind Effie now. I might leave that sticking up like that and try to get something else back there, because I really like this strip behind Effie more than over there on the side. I like it in both places. Ginger, send me more of this paper with this paint and these spots. Exactly. Right? What do you mean you don't have more? Do I have any more dark bits? I don't. Okay. Okay, then yeah, it's going right here, because I like it there better. See, I told you it has B-side. The B-side of the dark bit is good too. I really should be doing some of this with glue stick. It's less bulky. It's less bulky, it dries better, it doesn't ooze as much. And paper on paper, it's perfect. Oh well. I like that this mimics the edge of the circle, so I'm going to stick with that idea. Not change my mind there. Let's get Effie sort of sitting where he's gonna be, so I can figure out where to put the leaves. Oh, that's right, he was down farther in this, on this page. Maybe right there-ish. So maybe we do, okay, I gotta edge these leaves. Do-do-do. Do-do-do. Okay, this one is gonna go like this. Yes. The other one can go, oh, I don't like this at all anymore. Ooh, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, I don't like this anymore. Okay, what if I do that? And I don't like that anymore. Shoot. I'm running out of time and I've already glued some stuff. Well, fudge buckets. Okay, let's see if that'll work. If I can put that right there, can I put Effie then right here? And then my favorite leaf back this way again. What do we think? Can I get away with that? I think I'm going to get away with that no matter what. I have now gone the longest I think I've gone yet in a video. I apologize if you are still hanging out with me. What do you think you're doing? Turn this off and go to bed. Okay, wait. I don't think that's what I meant. Thank you for hanging out with me. And I hope I'm keeping you somewhat entertained. Otherwise, yeah, why are you here? All right, let's do this. Let's glue this puppy down. We're almost done, though. I mean, almost, guys, almost. Let's get this down. I think I'm going to turn it way like that and bring it down. Hopefully Effie will cover up the parts I don't like. And this was all supposed to be to ground Effie, and I just don't think I'm pulling that off. Can I do this instead of what I was just thinking a minute ago? Kind of, but that was my leaf for the other piece, wasn't it? And now I don't remember what that was either. Oh my gosh. I'm getting stressed. I'm getting stressed over this little project. I wish I had printed this in the other direction. I think that would work. How about this? Does this work? I don't know if it works, but I'm using it. This might not be the be all end all, but this is going to hold this place for Effie's feet for now. It may be altered later. In fact, I think I'm going to turn this one upside down as well. And turn it. No, I'm not. I'm going to flip this one completely around. There. And then Effie is already partly gluey because the whole neighborhood is getting gluey. I heard kitty feet. Who is it? Well, hello, Revan. How are you, buddy? Okay. There is Halloween Effie. Let's switch the wheel so we can get Christmas Effie glued down, and then we're going to call this done for now because I have taken a ridiculous amount of your time and I should be ashamed. All right, could you please turn for me? I'm not sure why you're sticking, but I think it's me. Let's see. I don't remember what was going on here. I was going to ground Effie on something, or was it like more like this? I don't know if it was like this, but it is now because I like this. I have to title this video Dephemerember. How long can you go? Because I am ridiculous. Completely ridiculous. Alright. Is this what I want to do? This doesn't look familiar. I don't think that's what I did at all, is it? Oh. Okay, so now you guys get to see what happens if I panic at the amount of time I'm taking, completely forget what I'm doing, and completely redo in panic mode. This will be interesting for me tomorrow to see if I end up liking what I ended up with or hating it. It'll be interesting to see if panic mode causes creates success or failure. And of course it's success or failure in my own eyes. I don't think any of you are sitting out there going, oh, you failure. At least I've never run into anybody that nasty. I mean, the junk journal crowd is a lot of nice people. It's a very forgiving crowd. Okay, done. Let's get Effie's pedestal in place. And right there, Effie. Right there. Christmas Effie standing in place, and then I'm just gonna, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I want to put this one on there, I think, at least. Whoops, I bent my leaf. Oopsie, oopsie, oopsie. Okay. This might be the last speck. I'm not sure. This is probably the last speck. Get down there. Sit. Stay. I don't think that's going to be the last speck. I think I'm going to need to do something like maybe right there a leaf, here a leaf, there a leaf, everywhere a leaf. I think I have to do that because I'm not liking the balance of this one. It's very this way heavy. And I'm not liking the distribution of the color. It's very, I don't even know what I'm trying to say there, but I don't like it in any case. The distribution of color thing, I think, is just because the gold is kind of sitting all by itself at the bottom and it's not attached to the scene in any way. If I bring a color from the top down to the bottom and kind of incorporate some of that gold, I feel like it's more cohesive as a piece. I mean, this section, right? I might do something now to add some of the gold up here. Not in adding this paper up here, but maybe in some other way. So, there is my piece for today. Let's see if it... I have to be really careful. It's not dry yet, but it is Halloween. Halloween meets Christmas. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Goodbye. I'll see you next time. I'll try to pull myself together and do it faster next time. Okay, bye.